Hello everyone, my name is Kelly Clement. I am your YouTube host today. I am excited to be here today to share with you today's presentation with Peter Dalal. He's going to be talking to us about the only trading strategy you will ever need. So we are going to be getting started with that in about 9 minutes here. I am just going to go in and make sure everything's good on the technical side, and I will be right back with you. Okay, yeah, we are looking good on the technical side. Welcome once again. My name is Kelly Clement. I am your YouTube host today, and the first thing I'd like to do is tell you to say hello as you come into the room. We are here in beautiful Salt Lake City, where we're expecting some rain tonight and maybe some snow. So hopefully wherever you are is experiencing some good weather. Let us know where you're coming in from. We'd love to hear from you. As we get started, we are Metastock. We are purveyors of technical analysis and charting software. If you are not familiar with Metastock, I am actually going to play you a quick video just to introduce you to Metastock, who we are, what we do, and then I'll be right back with you. So let's go ahead and get that started.
Hi there, Greg Lewis, Metastock Software. As the marketing director, I get asked all the time, what is Metastock? How can I help my trades? Well, stick around for about 3 minutes and I'll tell you. Metastock is an award-winning software and data package that has been helping traders for over 35 years. Simply put, Metastock is a tool for traders like you to analyze the markets. Metastock helps you take the guesswork out of trading by offering a methodical, systematic approach to some key questions all traders come up against. Questions like, how do I decide which securities to trade when there are literally thousands to choose from? Which strategy should I use, and how do I test that strategy before spending my first trading dollar? When should I enter and exit a trade? How can I effectively manage the securities I'm interested in? And of course, how do I know where prices will go next? At the core of Metastock are the Power Tools. The Power Tools give professional-grade analysis tools to private traders like you and me. You can scan the market with the Metastock Explorer to filter and sort securities that show buy and sell signals based on your criteria. The Metastock System Tester lets you test most strategies through a process called backtesting, which allows you to see how your strategy would have performed over time. You can easily manage and monitor the securities you are interested in with Quote Center. Quote Center lets you sort on a variety of criteria to view the data that's important to you. Then just double-click on a security if you want to see its chart. With the Metastock Forecaster, you can even take advantage of patented technology to view probable future prices. If you're an options trader, you're going to love Metastock's Option Scope. Option Scope puts all the critical info at your fingertips, displaying sortable, customizable, color-coded options data, including the Greeks. And Metastock has solutions for traders of all levels and interests. If you're just getting into trading, you will appreciate the education offered by our many built-in systems. In addition to pointing out buy and sell signals, Metastock explains how they work in an easy-to-follow commentary window. Metastock has built-in systems based on popular strategies like MACD, Bollinger Bands, turtle trading, candlesticks, and many more. Metastock even has the very popular and exclusive Rahul Mohindar oscillator system, or simply known as the RMO. And as you become a more experienced trader, Metastock grows with you. Advanced analysts will enjoy the comprehensive list of trading systems and indicators, and the ability to build their own systems. And if you're a day trader, you can't do better than Zenith, the real-time news, data, and analysis package offered by Refinitiv, a world leader in market data. Add on the world-class support, and it's not hard to see why Metastock has won the Stocks and Commodities Reader's Choice Award for 26 consecutive years. To find out more about Metastock and how it can help your trading, visit metastock.com or contact a product professional via phone, email, or chat.
there. So thanks for sticking with us there. That was a quick introduction to Metastock, who we are, what we do. And today, again, we are going to have Peter Dalal as our guest presenter. He's going to be talking about the only trading strategy you'll ever need. And along with him will be Jeff Gibby, who will be helping us out over on the GoToWebinar side and guiding the presentation with Peter. So welcome once again to today's presentation. Just call out here, it looks like we have Discard and Harold in the room so far saying something. I know we have a few more people in the room than that. I can see quite a few people coming in. So if you want to, give us a shout out, let us know where you're coming in from. We'd love to hear from you in chat. Otherwise, we are going to be getting started here in about 3 minutes. So stick with us and I'll be right back with you. Okay, we are about 2 minutes out. I just checked in over with Jeff Gibby and Peter Dalal, our presenters today, and they are all set, ready to go. So in about a minute and a half here, I will just chime in, let you know we're getting started, and we will go. So thanks, everybody. All right, I do love that jazzy music. It's a great intro. Anyway, we are getting started in about 30 seconds here. I just checked in with Jeff and Peter, and they are all set to go. So let's go ahead and get this ball rolling. Enjoy today's webinar, and as always, to everybody, successful trading.
All right, thanks everybody. Well, thank you, Kelly. Welcome. I hope you're doing well. I'm glad you could make it. Thanks for coming. Shamori, good afternoon. Gascard, let's see, we have quite a few people over here. Ross, for some reason I'm not scrolling here though. Harold, Kelly, welcome. Thanks for coming today. I hope you're doing well. I hope you're enjoying the kind of the winter weather. In any case, my name is Jeff Gibby. I'm going to be reading a legal disclaimer and turning the time over to our presenter today, Peter Dalal. So let's go ahead and get to that. Today's demonstration is designed to instruct you in using Metastock and the company's software plugins. It's not a recommendation to buy or sell, but rather guidelines to interpreting and using specific indicators and features within the software. The information, software, and techniques presented today should only be used by investors who are aware of the risk inherent in trading. Metastock shall have no liability for any investment decisions based on the use of the software, any trading strategies, or any information provided in connection with the company. So there you go. Hope you enjoyed that. Our guest today is Peter Dalal. Peter has been a longtime partner of Metastock, decades now. He does a really, really good job. He worked on a project that was called the FXTA many, many years ago, probably 15, 16 years ago. That was a very, very big success. Lately, he's kind of been refining his techniques into a product that's called the Magic Trader, which he's going to talk quite a bit about today. He also runs a little bit of a consulting service, an alert room, where they do a lot of kind of talking about trading and talk about markets, and people really, really enjoy that. So I'm going to kind of get Peter in here. We're going to kind of get the time turned over to him. So how are you doing today, Peter?
All right, Jeff, thank you for having me. Thank you very much to Kelly also. I'm happy that he's there. So I'm doing all right, and we have a little cold here, and I do believe that Utah may have a lot of cold.
It's like it's unseasonably warm here, so like it's which
Wow.
I'll specify that as being 41 degrees outside. So it's not. We're used to it being way colder than that though in this part of January. So in any case, so I can see your screen.
You could see my screen?
You sound good. Mm-hmm.
All right, everything is okay then. All right, let's get started.
All right, I'm out of the way. It's your turn.
All right, thank you very much for everybody who is here and who's going to be listening later, I guess. All right, so today we're going to be talking about Magic Trader and a couple of topics whom I wrote here. So we're going to go very brief here, then we got to read the disclaimer. Disclaimers are very long, but we're going to be brief here. And we are required by law because we hired a couple of law firms, right? And this is what they want me to do it. So unfortunately, I still have to comply the laws, and we can't just ignore the disclaimers. So the main topic today is Magic Trader and how to use Magic Trader in a technique I developed, which is called Scalp-Swing. And years back, we registered trademark, both of them. And basically, I did a lot of trading with that since very beginning. And I'm going to talk about a little bit how I got into that. And it was amazing. The first trial was Scalp-Swing with FX Solution platform. And I got a phone call. I said, what the hell are you doing? And all of a sudden, your trades are all positive. So they were shocked. So that's what I saw myself first time, the power in real time. So that's the way Scalp-Swing was invented practically, that I could do that with the same software. So we're going to talk about design basis. We're going to talk a little bit about us. Us means my daughter and I co-invented this software. And we're going to go into the ingredients, which is a very important part of the Magic Trader. Some of you have listened to them many times. And we're going to go into details here. You could see on the right-hand side of the screen about Scalp-Swing, because yes, we know Magic Trader. So many people using now, we're going in a trading methods, utilizing the same software, which many of you have it, and many of you have experimented for a couple of years. So I'm going to be brief. The disclaimers are available on our website. Jeff has disclaimers. If you don't have it, then we could send it to you. So this way, I'm going to talk about the important points of the disclaimer. So we are not here for 2 hours reading the disclaimers. Unfortunately, I cannot eliminate all. We got to also point out some important points to all of you. So be patient. Again, uh, I'm not an investment advisor, neither I'm an attorney or security attorney. I'm not an accountant. Trading is risky. Some strategy, you will lose more money than you invested. You should not be investing any money other than what you could afford to lose. So your risk capital should be coming out of the savings account, right? So you do not borrow money to do the trading. We talk about instrument, right? Instrument, market, vehicle, or security. They all fall into same category. So every single thing falls under those categories are risky. And trading, you should be hiring an investment advisor. We do not give buy, hold, or sell recommendations. We only doing interpretation of the chart with Magic Trader technology. CFTC Rule 4.41. Everything today you're going to see falls under hypothetical, and these are not typical results. So Magic Trader, every single thing looks good, and we don't do hyping. Like we talk straightforward. Everything is hypothetical, and there is no guarantee you're going to be making money or losing money. And in hindsight, everything looks great. So do Magic Trader. So anything you see is for education purpose only, and you need to consult your advisor how to invest any capital. We have this software gives you signals with the calls and puts. Again, options are very risky, and you could lose more money than you invested in some strategy. Everybody should contact 188 options, get standard disclosures or characteristics and risk of standard options. And recently, last year, they came out with the new supplement. Everybody should be reading those and digest it. This is for my company. Saved Our Enterprise is not an investment company, rather is a software development and education company. So anything you see here is all hypothetical, and we are not here to give you investment advice. We have a lot of patents, United States, overseas. We have a lot of trademark, service mark, and intellectual properties laws are very restrictive. So we request people not to misuse it. Next slide, the rule came out in the last administration, and copyrights and streaming on a whatever we streaming falls under copyrights laws. Then again, additional disclaimer, we are registered with CFTC. We took some exemptions so I could do things a little bit more flexible way. So I used to manage people's money. I don't, right? And neither I want to, but I could go back and do it and advise also. But we kept the license. We are still registered. This is our NFA ID number 352991. So we are regulated even though we are having exemptions here. Again, we are only strictly educating people here. As many times I do post on a Facebook, plus even our alert room, all those sometimes I own some securities, right? So we claiming that we own this security, but we don't need to disclose the details. And we are exempting ourselves to take responsibility of any kind because we also may be owning the securities. I do show people my trading account, live accounts, but still we like to have it not publicly shown this any account's position because it falls under different disclosures. Again, all the testimonials you hear it or we talk about Magic Trader, all good stuff or bad stuff, they are all hypothetical and they are for education purpose only. So group leaders also giving testimonials on a website everywhere, but these are all hypothetical. Again, we get compensated by Metastack for the royalties. So we are telling you that we get the royalties from Magic Trader and related products. This thing, Laura just put it in, so you're seeing the first time it's very new. This is regarding smaller time frame trading, and it may trigger your tax issues. So we are telling you should consult your accountant in that case, that you may have a tax consequences because you're going in and out of the trade. So lawyers, we reach out to them before we go public here. They want to make sure that you consult your accountant what will be tax consequences using Scalp-Swing method. We in the room talks about VWAP and gamma squeeze and all kind of stuff. So those are who are attending, we also telling them you will be subject to, and they are here. So we also telling them you are subject to the tax consequences. Now we're going to get started. Really, you have a couple of them, you have seen it, we're going to have a fun. So let's have the fun first. So our goal for the webinar is, right, to teach you the kitchen ingredients. So in this case, the kitchen is a Wall Street kitchen. So this is a traditional kitchen. You go in a kitchen, look for a couple of ingredients to make a good food, which tastes good. So you go to the chef here, he does the same thing, use those ingredients. But in this case, our Wall Street chef here is using Scalp-Swing, right, as a product coming out of those ingredients. So it looks tasty or it feels tasty. So that's how we start this whole discussion. So Scalp-Swing is very tasty because it does benefit a lot of traders. So our goal today is minimize technical analysis time with Magic Trader using 5 ingredients. Identify low risk trade setup with the Scalp-Swing trading method. The whole key of developing Magic Trader was quick. We don't need to do too much traditional technical analysis, drawing trend lines. I don't know, even when I draw the trend line, once in a while, I will do it because there are technical traders asking questions. Other than that, chart patterns and MACD, moving average, we don't even talk about those things. And I'll be honest with you, I used to teach for Reuters. Some of the folks are here. I realize that I'm repeating a lot of things, repeat things, and I wanted to do something which is unique totally. And this is one of the reasons why we got the patents on many things in Magic Trader, right? And there are about 1,000 inventions I did it, 1,000. The tags there is 10,000 plus tags there. That tells you the story, right? So that's kind of invention side, but whole idea was to look for low risk. It's not about the price, it's about the risk associated with securities. And what I discovered, not one, not two, not 500, thousands of risks associated, and how to control them. The only way you could do it, Metastack has perfect solution. Their expert advisor gives me sequentizing and prioritizing those risks. And this is why you have a lot of choices there. And it, besides that, inside of that, it is nothing but various kind of risk associated items are prioritized and sequentized. That's the way you have overwhelming kind of number of highlights, number of symbols there. But those are the risks we want to disclose, right? So that's what you see on a chart. There is nothing wrong to know where are those Afghan landmines are, good or bad. So good idea, we could walk around. So what are we going to do? We're going to show you 5 ingredients, and with minimum 2 ingredients and one catalyst, you could trade with Magic Trader. And we're going to show you some of the techniques, how to use the Explorer to produce good results utilizing Scalp-Swing method. Now we're going back to kitchen again. So here we're going to need 5 ingredients if we want to go long. And with today's market, and we all know in the room, our alert room, days in advance where we're going to go. So we are having no surprise, right? I'm Hitch. I don't have to worry about it, right? So we don't have heart attacks here. Thanks to Magic Trader, we call them 4 horsemen, right? We are not having much time here, but we looked at every day coming in a room, the situation of 4 horsemen, right? And we look at the chart, the bigger chart, right? Such as daily. Then we also look at a 60-minute, what's going on, including this morning. And that tells you the story. We are not trading unless we evaluate a lot of things like 4 horsemen, 9 brothers, and so forth. But in trading, utilizing these 5 ingredients, either it's on a bear side or bull side, is the basis of Magic Trader. So basically, that anybody can do it, visualizing this symbol, or you could use the scan to find these ingredients. So ingredients are nothing but bunch of lines. When you go to high school, you have seen the thick vertical line. That's vertical line is a direction line on a Magic Trader. Then there is one purple line, which is horizontal to blue line, right? And one is dotted line. So when you are bullish, the dotted line value is 0. Anything about 0 and a parallel, right? They are good for bullish trade. So that's simplest way you could identify. This is our technical analysis, if you want to say so, right? 2 lines parallel, right? Which are those? Purple line and blue line. And they are parallel and they are above 0 line. So we are doing good. And that is a part of health indicator, which also have its own pattern claims, and we got one. Now, this is a vertical triangle. The color is green. That is the entry for the bull side. Then there is another small vertical line, which is thinner than the top one, and that is a pure health line, which is having the relation with all the indicators in the health window. So we have 2 windows. Metastock has a pretty good setup, right? The pans. So you could add a bunch of pans, maybe 5, 6 of them. But we got top pan is called health window, and the bottom one is a spectrum, which I'm going to show you on a chart. So basically, at the bottom, this is a vertical line for the pure health, and then some people call it a ribbon. I guess all Metastock comes with that, right? But our is actually horizontal time risk. So all the risk related to time has been allocated inside of that. So basically, it's a time sensitive. And that's all 5 ingredients we're talking about. So when you use those 5 ingredients, right, in your Wall Street kitchen, right, you could do Scalp-Swing, right, and you could do on either bull side or bearish side. So it's very simple to identify them on a chart. Now, a couple of things about Magic Trader. Magic Trader is a risk-based software which analyze risk every step of the way. So there are a lot of symbols, which is sometimes overwhelming because people are used to any software with a buy and sell arrow. And I'll be very honest with you, this was the biggest problem I had when I traded with institution desk, or I trade as a prop trader where I started right on Wall Street. The problem was what happens in between. So before the damage is done, you have no idea what is going on. So I want to get alerted every step of the way, and especially with this choppy market, right? We don't have this issue because we identify the risk, what is going on. Right? There are a bunch of yellow bars, that means we're going long side. No guarantee, but if they were not there, then I will not have advantage to go and do scalp swing. So sometimes we as a human are used to do certain things certain way, so we don't want to accept it and have resistance. And it happened to me on every industry I did business with, including construction. And I came in New York City, and I'm telling them 40 years my boss was in a business that this is not the way you should be doing business. It will hurt your business. Oh, you just came and you're telling me I don't know what I'm doing. I had a better way of doing the business, and I have a proven history in the city of New York. From almost bankrupt company, I took them to become number one company, including today they are in a ranking in a New York State, right? So basically, any disruption in any business, there is a resistance, criticism, and all. I'm used to, and basically, at the end, we are still standing after 17 years with the Magic Trader. And we started technically putting together since 2004 while we had other product just got released, right? And I wanted to do something different in the industry. So, and that was a great success. And 2006, first time I used that software, Magic Trader, with the FX solution as well as with the Bear Stearns, because they were in a very big trouble. So this here, risk management, analytical work, right? This really helped to rescue the fund manager I was rescuing actually. And then I realized we could do portfolio correction with Magic Trader. So Magic Trader produces pinpoint entries and exit in any market. So sometimes people don't know, ask question. Peter, you started with Forex, then you did S&P futures, NASDAQ future, right? Can we use on stock? We're trading with stocks every day and options too, ETFs, right? Including mutual fund, bonds, cryptos, commodities, futures, currencies, any kind of derivatives. As long as Metastock gives me the data feed, I'm good to go. And hopefully they keep getting us more and more feed. So we could see anything. And I don't want to talk about this corona, but we looked at that coronavirus too with Magic Trader. Sad thing, but at least I had an idea that this baby is not stopping. I don't care what politician says. So we were more precaution takers than just guessing this, thanks to Magic Trader. And a lot of people in our alert room were very happy because they saw, so they were looking to protect themselves. So it's a good use too. Oh, it's a sad thing to talk about it because people are hurting, but you could take advantage in your favor too, because we have the technology. Magic Trader substantially cut down the time of analytical work. This is a proven thing. Metastock gave us wonderful explorer. They went beyond their obligation with me, and I had to appreciate it. So normally you don't get 39 explorer with the plugins. Come on, right? They did not give me on my first product, so they were very generous. And now we are slowly teaching people how to apply them, and a Scalp-Swing also uses them. We're going to see that today. And how you use is important. So Magic Trader was designed based on a concept of believeness. So what we realized, and we means my daughter and I, that people desire to buy, right? I could dream I want to buy Google 1,000 share, but when you pull the trigger, none, because you don't have money. But when I have money and I pull the trigger, that's called I believe in Google because I pull the trigger. So those are the believers for that security, which is Google here. So basically, people will not realize. You could talk about money flow, this flow. I grew up in a very smart people on a Wall Street. And I will tell you, the bottom line, when they believe in this security, that researcher, then they pull the trigger, not before that. So that believeness is the key driver of this trading, and the results are produced based on their believeness. And it is also true, like level 3, level 4 now available. Back in days, we had an access to level 3, right? When I'm talking about 20 years ago, right? Most people never heard of that. Now you could see level 3 and level 4. The chart are going to reflect things little later, regardless, because when you see in real time, they pull the trigger, then you see the order is there for 100,000 shares on those level 3, level 4. They're going to reflect later. Suppose in a dark pool, right? They're doing the deals off market, and this will be reported later. So what do you do? I have a lot of miles on that because I was on institution desk, so I know what they're doing, and I had gone through these pains to suppose some Citibank took the position of $5 billion on a New Zealand US dollar. Then I wanted to know, can I see on my chart before they even report to general kind of desk? We were fortunate to figure all out because it was based on believingness that Mr. Tom from Citibank is looking into because he believes to pull the trigger. So we had a report, thanks to Thomson Reuters at that time, a guy named Craig Russell, unfortunately passed away, but that was gift from Thomson Reuters and people like Kelly, Jeff, right? And they know who this guy, right? So he introduced me some good people, right? Money managers, and my life changed after that. So basically, you need to find out how to find this thing. Peter is talking about believeness and all of the happy stuff. So my first invention for Magic Trader was this green line. So when people believe really they are bullish, all these securities movement are above that line. When people believe that they are bearish, the chart, candlestick, or bar will be below this magic line. And we have totally new design, has nothing to do with the lines you are used to. The reason, because daily, weekly, quarterly, every single time frame has its own magic line. The regular lines you're looking everywhere, it's one fits all. It really does not. And this is an evidence, and a lot of trades has been done. I'm talking about hundreds of thousands of trade in real time. So basically, and people are experimenting. So basic problem was how I could draw a line in the sand where these people I could identify bullish believers or bearish believers. Now, in Wall Street language, when people are taking the risk, we all know we're going to the moon. However, it is also documented the line in the sand separate them. So I feel comfortable to pull the trigger when I see every single candlestick here above it. Now, besides that, we came up with a couple of catalysts, which are you're going to be talking later. The yellow candle, then turquoise candle. In fact, turquoise came from our first invention, a golden bar. And though candlestick color has a specific meanings, and as well as another thing which we're not going to go into detail, I discover and get the pattern that it is not just buy and sell. There are more than one type of buy and sell in a security, and throughout this software is represented by different colors. So today's topic, we are not talking about those uh, different types of prices between bulls and bears. So there are 6, 7, and then there are advanced ones. So we just want to touch bases with you that we identify every step of the way, sectionalize them, so I know what the risks are. So this line in the sand is nothing but this green line. And then we also wanted to know where to put the stops and where to find risk, mean risk reversion area. So basically between these two lines, it solves the purpose of putting the stop underneath the red line. There's more into that, but I just want people to warm it up that where to put the stop. So it is a dynamically moving stop. I don't need to put a trailing stop because that's where security can fall if we are bullish and falls below red line, I'm out. If we are going short and if it closes above red line, we are getting out of that. So this way, we don't need to be scientists to figure all out. So it is so simple if you understand how it was designed. Now, we eliminating the need of traditional technical indicators. I have not seen MACD for people put it on their chart. I ignore it. SAR, right? T lines and RSI and trend lines and Fibonacci and Ichimoku, all these things I don't even use. They're good for some people, right? Producing money for them. So for me, they go here. No disrespect to those people, but I don't need to use it because we took risk-based decisions in trading with Magic Trader, and because it was designed that way, we don't need it. So let me introduce my daughter first. My daughter got involved at very young stage, right? And every business is we have it or we own it, right? She was right. My daughter, so including construction, doing estimate. It's funny. I found the picture. See, I was because we were not that we couldn't afford at that time the estimating tables and so I used to do estimate on a floor. That's the best we could do, right? The people I do business with, they couldn't afford it. All right, we'll do on a floor. My daughter was sitting on my back while I am doing measuring on a plan. So this girl has gone through a lot of knowledge uh, exposure, right, including mining. So she has a lot of experience, plus she's licensed Series 3 and 34. She got married, she worked for Goldman Sachs. I'm very happy. And she has an exposure to real money, right? She's in wealth management, so she has a lot of exposure there, what's going on. Now, I'm happy. And she is also co-inventor of Magic Trader. I also do have Series 3 and 34 one time. I had Series 7, 663, right? Right now, I got rid of that, so I don't have to worry too much because I'm getting old. I'm 60 plus years old, but I have a lot of exposure on a Wall Street. I was fortunate to meet the right people, right? And it all started with travelers, right? With a guy named Sandy. He will become a chairman of Citigroup later. So I had a lot of exposure in his team. And I was fortunate to be on a team on a call in equities with the very famous trader, female trader Linda, and I was on her team. So I got a lot of exposure, right? How they trade, right? Then when I become on an institution side, I started learning hedging, right? So that's a real money, real time, and we were required to do minimum $10 million per day, right? 5 million going long and 5 million going short. And they specialize in that. That's how my life started on the institution side. And then what do you call a lot of exposure to one of the biggest clearing company, right? And they were having institutional relations with the one publicly traded company, right? So I got a lot of way of learning how institution place order trades, right? Their trading desk, what's going on their trading desk, and it's not one all over the world. I normally talk here and there. You got to put pieces together. Now, what we're going to do today is market is bearish and S&P broke new lows, right? So we already know we're going down to the ditches, but we still we're going to be talking about bullish at one point. We will have the opportunity, and we are not here to discuss S&P futures here, but we already knew this morning, right? Once it breaks 40, right, 4600, we're going to go to 45, and now we are lower than 4500. So all your horse is being bull. However, I will show you, and you can write down this security. My scanner picked it up a couple of days ago while it was going down, a security named TTE. Right now, you got to look at the chart, but if we have a time, we're going to show you. So this is the beauty about Magic Trader. Doesn't matter what chart, what you call the whole market is doing, they find the trades all over the place, regardless what is happening in a market. So you need not to worry about it. Oh, market going down and I'm bullish. Where am I going to find it? There are so many trades available. I don't know what to trade. That's we have a reverse problem. So let's talk about ingredients on a chart. You saw a little bit about bullish ingredients before. So now we're going to show you the bearish ingredients because current environment is bearish. So look at here. Ingredient number one, red directional line. So this is the line we were talking about, the vertical line. So as long as it's a red line, and this is the health window. Now this is volatility. We're not going to talk about it. We also design this volatility. It is not your regular volatility, but this is really health window we're talking about. So you could see here, vertical line is there, right? And that's what you need to recognize. And everybody knows we went down. So we're going to go each slide to show you on a chart where to identify that directional line. When its direction is red, right, we're going to put 5 confirmation like that. Right? That's why 5 ingredient. But results are very obvious where it went. So we don't need to be scientists to figure out. So even one vertical line, look at the power. Where are we going? We're going down, right? So it is very easy for anybody who doesn't even know trading. It is too many symbols, right? But once you understand it, what are they? They are all same. They're saying the same thing. So you don't need to get intimidated. This is the ingredient number 2 in the same health window we talked about, right? This is the dotted line, this is the blue line, and this is the purple line. So they are parallel to each other as well as they are below the zero line, which is this dotted line right here, this dotted line, and they are parallel. That's the condition we are looking for, right? Sometimes it may not be 100% like they have retracements going on, but that's a different story. But they are parallel to start with. That's what it matters. The third is the spike. It's the same chart, but we are showing you here red spike, so you could find that on a chart. This is an entry. We call entry spike actually. So the direction is clear, we're going down, right? But this came earlier, which is fine. So we have 1, 2 so far, and the 3. So we go numbers here from the top, then in a logical form. So your eyes should be trained that way. So it's easy to flip the charts and you look at it. It doesn't take me more than 10 seconds to see what the hell is going on between all the charts, monthly, weekly, and I know what I'm doing because when you're flipping 400 or 500 charts, came on a scanner, we don't have time. So Magic Trader allows you to filter it further, which we're going to be showing you some of the secrets today. And you could utilize with any other MetaStock product, but we're using their technology to filter it down smart way. And I'll tell you, Explorer is one of the best things MetaStock ever created. I'm serious. I wish we have more field. I could scan so many things at the same time, but we're finding a way to exploit those explorer in our favor, which I'm teaching people in my alert room. So this is number 4, which is a thick line compared to this one. They look same, but in real time, it is little thinner. So this little line is having relation with here. So sometimes it's difficult to look at all 5, right? So where is the juice? So this is the juice of 5. This is all internal health of the security. This was my biggest problem. It looks good, all right. Apple looks good and Tesla looks good, but what is the internal health doing here? Like doctor look at you, right? You look good outside physically, you look good. But what happens inside? Liver is all no good. So your health is not good, but it does not come back on the surface until it gets worse. So we wanted to know what's going on with the security. That's why it was created. So this little line is very powerful. And the way in which it is, I like to trade when they are there. If you are taking the notes, write it down. If they are not there and there is a gap, that means there is a pullback going on in the security. There's a tricks to the trade, right? But I'm just giving some hints for the existing customers. So this is the last ingredients, which is we call HTR2, bullish ribbon or horizontal time risk is number 1. The bearish is number 2, and neutral candle is number 3. So it is very easy to identify, and it says on a chart itself. We're going to show you right here. We don't need to go too far. When we screenshot, it is there. HTR2, that means is ribbon. And I will warn people who are using Metastock other products or whatever plugins are or add-ons there. This is not the same as all other products. And every product has their own kind of ribbon. So you can't just compare outside look like my liver or my heart is different size than my brother. So how you could tell is the same thing. So these plugins or add-ins are not same. So people have those conceptions, need to rethink that way. So again, when we put it together, I went a little slow because there are new people. They will have no idea what I'm talking about when I go faster on a chart. So I'm taking some time to educate you. So these are the ingredients we all talk about. What we're doing here, whatever you saw before, we put it together one more time on a bearish side. So you need to identify them on a chart very easily. Now, same token, we don't need to repeat all, but the green color, right? Vertical line, which is the direction line, is a green line, a little bit thick, right? And we are above the purple line. We showed it before, but I'm showing the same way you saw the previous slide. So you get an idea. Then spike, which is very famous on my circle here. Then the pure health, which I love it. And then HDR, which is very important and plays a big role in trading. Now, this is a concept that, yes, it is true to prepare the best food, you need 5 ingredients and catalysts. But if I have only 2 or 3, yes, you could do it, but you need one catalyst to give you an energy, right, like Gatorade, to feel better. So in order to feel better, to pull the trigger, one of those should exist. And when you scan it or explore it, you will have sometimes more than 2 or sometimes 3, right? Because it's on those columns on Explorer. So I would like people to think that way. This is the first time I'm talking about. This is going to be now real scalp swing trading. We're going to be a little bit time over because I wanted to go slow. There's nobody to be coming back, so I could do a better job. So just look at the watch. I would want to teach it right. So here is the normal funnel, which we all know about it. So basically day trading and whatever people talk about scalping, and then swing trading, then day trading, and then position trading. That is your normal kind of talks on all these social media or in the books and everywhere. The route we took it, that this takes longer to make money. Plus, you make all this mistake, right? Most of the people do perform between 60 to 80%. That's what they claim. A guy like me, when I did FX solution and the results are there, this is, but make believe these are all hypothetical, so I don't get in trouble by law. But make believe they were all hypothetical, right? However, the amount of success first time 327 trades and 300 correct. And I never traded with Magic Trader at that time. And that opened my eyes. Whoa, this can change everything. And back in days, I will disclaim NFA was allowing both sides of the trade, and that could have also contributed, right? But for me, it was a fun for a whole week, right? In and out, in and out, in and out. I wanted to see how many trades I could do positive. That was my goal. And basically, that created this Scalp-Swing idea. So I could swing for a week, right? Swing for 2 days, take some position and leave it on and keep adding more. We're going to talk about that today. So that is that Scalp-Swing in a very simple way I'm explaining. So then you could turn into position trade if you wanted. And we're going to show you the chart. Yes, I wish I went one beyond Scalp-Swing and keep the position for a week. I could have made more money. So, but the entry was correct, and Magic Trader pinpointed down. It came in a scan and took the advantage of that. I'm going to go a little bit theoretical here about Scalp-Swing and going to read it quick so we could catch up the speed. What the inventors discovered was trading consists of cycles, counter cycles within cycles. A lot of traders doesn't know how to recognize. They have no idea what I'm talking about. I've been seeing this thing for many years. And concentration of believers in two types of polarities. So bullish magic believers and bearish magic believers, and flip-flopper in believers community. They flip-flop too. That's where, right, you could see when they go into the black candles, right? And there is a fight going on. And who flips on the positive side when it is an empty candle, and when flips to the downside, right, overall, right? Because they were bullish and they've changed their mind, whatever. So that's the biggest discovery I did, it to pinpoint those events on any time frame, including 1 minute. So those black candles become very powerful in making decision. Right from that point, no guarantee the new trend or a small trend, new cycle takes place. Those, and we're going to see that today on examples I have it. So do not try to underestimate that. Magic Trader was designed to identify such cycles for any type of believers. With the help of various Magic Trader Explorer, identical types of cycles can be identified using directional magic lines along with proper horizontal time, risk, and kind of believers who believes in that side, either bullish or bearish. Once filtered for same directional cycle from bigger time frame to the next less big time frame, and filter the results. I'm going to show you the flow diagram. The securities can be identified having similar types of cycles in the same direction. This is very good, and Metastock Explorer solves this puzzle. And there are tricks to the trade, but this is where you could use this concept. Don't necessarily have to have your Magic Trader, but Magic Trader has a lot of advantage of doing because it tracks the horizontal risk and magic lines, but people really believe in it, right? So basically, that is a secret I'm revealing openly, so traders can use that for their own benefits. One can use filter results, then narrow down to smaller time frame using same techniques and trade. This is very important. Why you are having problem when you enter in, every time you enter it goes up, because you're not following the cycles. How to make them look it into time frames. This is the simplest way exploiting Metastock Explorer, and which comes with as a basic feature with a Metastock, which is a great invention itself. And they have a function at the bottom. Use the uh, last results for your next scanner. I use that and benefit every day. I love it. One can trade cycles in same direction and can trade counter cycles in between using different symbology, risk designator, various color price perceptors using Magic Trader software. The trading method is called Scalp-Swing method. Now this is $1 million or more diagram. We copyright it, we have patent protection or all the happy stuff. Let me explain to you. What it is, Scalp-Swing has a dash in between. We trademark this thing as part of the patents too. So part A and part B. So you start with the scalping, test the market out. How I learned from the institutional desk. Oh, we have $10 million to put it in. So bosses will tell. That doesn't mean that you got to put $10 million order. Go and test it out, what the market feels like, right? How many positive direction trades you could do it, or he goes opposite. So instead of putting $10 million, go and trade $10,000. Buy some shares, 100 of this, 100 of that, and see how it goes. Right? That's how they make us do testing of the market back in days. We didn't have these fancy tools back in days. So let's go and do it. So basically, test it out. So you don't take much risk and you don't blow up $10 million. That's the idea. So how we could do that? With Magic Trader, you could do all these things now, right? So enter, test in and out, right? If it is working, leave some stocks here, right? You have positive trade, collect the profit, and then take that profit and swing it together. And once you get good at that, you could accumulate the profit. And I'm doing in a alert room in front of everybody, right? So they have seen me doing it. But I do even an option, same thing. So accumulate the profit and options, right? It's a small or bigger trade is the idea. And I'm not going to talk about percentage. It's mind-boggling. Right now, you trading house money. Suppose you get good at that, and even in a outside, you collected $10,000, right? And this software will give you those opportunities. Don't kill yourself, right? And then use that profit. Even the 2,000 out of that, you swing for next move, right? At this same flow you're going in, that changed everything, your bottom line. I taught that to actually Bear Stern portfolio manager. And that's how we rescue in 15 days whole portfolio from negative to positive. Same idea. But Explorer right here. So you scan monthly, you have Magic Lines Explorer, right? We have it, right? You scan with Magic Lines and short out, right? Horizontal time risk in your favor, then take those results and put it in weekly, right? You don't have to do much. Metastock already have that feature. So you take that feature and then run same thing with the Magic Line and horizontal time risk, weekly, and then take the results of weekly and put it in daily and do the same. And this is the real trade, right? So this color showed up, which is a price perceptor with a B designation in an institution side. This is where institution will putting money in. So what was happening in 60 minutes? I show on a paid training all these things real time, every candle here. I block it up because I need a space and I want to make it simple so I don't get in trouble here. So each of them has a common thing. They had all yellow bars. That's insane. That means there is a big trend development going on here. And the money is coming from every side in every trading desk you could imagine. And this is the proof, whether they have institutional retail desk or anything, the orders are coming in. I don't need to go and figure out. And we have a proof, and I have shown, right, when people are buying on an institution, right, dark pool, when they bought it, I have the report at the same time, this candle is forming. In real time, we have tons of evidences. So people who are skeptic, you could be skeptic all day long. I have the evidences and I have eyewitnesses. Some of the people put a comment whether it's true or not because they are seeing this thing over and over again. And I showed them dark pool evidences. I showed them CBOE 16 exchanges, right? Because when they buy options, market maker has to buy the stars. Depends upon delta. So here it shows up here on this color candle, and it is not one time, over and over and over again. And when I traded with what you could not traded with means communicated with guy head trader Citibank and all other institutions, I used to see what they're buying and what happens when colors here. So that's the proof I have somewhere on a record. And same way we did it recently for 3 months because somebody was skeptical about it, right? Jeff knows who was that. So I went on a rampage and documented everything. Now come on out. So basically, we are trying to transparent as much as we can. So you could see here, right? This is the way on a smaller time frame that a magic trader still functions, and we call turquoise bar, which is a switch, right? Never heard of that. So this is the switch and transfer point for scalping to swing point. So we were scalping in the beginning when the magic trader has these lines, which you see the orange line. They broke the line and we started trading higher. So you could scalp here and you could swing here, and then you could go again scalping here. So that's why scalping on this side and then swing for the rest of the day. So you could do it because what happened here, we got new yellow bar, new development of the confirmation of real trend. And you could see there is no practically drawdowns. And where the money came from? Right from here on this side and scalping here. And you use house money from here to scalp here, accumulated position, waiting for yellow bar. And that's the famous transfer bar again. That's it. That's the success for the what you call Scalp-Swing method. So initially you will not understand how to trade with that, but you need some understanding, some training. Then you will identify those things very easily. And I have a guy, right? He went to the training this weekend, and he was applying it. He said, "Peter, I could not believe how many trades I found it that way." So people are applying it, right? After train them in a detail for 7 hours, and we still have a few hours to go the next Friday. So basically, you could do Scalp-Swing, and hardly you will come across a drawdown problem because we're pinpointing down those events. And here it's a scalping in and out, right? And here you're going to see later there are blue circles with some numbers. Numbers are risk designation for that candle, right? And they're telling that we're going to make a new high. Did we make it? Here it told you also we're going to make new high. Did we? So this software has a lot of things, and some people are indicating they don't want these symbols. Okay, then you don't have to worry about is forecasting or not. God knows how they could do that, but every step of the way, I want to know what's going on so I could take advantage of it. So I load it up when I see this thing here. If they are not symbol, and this is the biggest controversy, will be there, and it is there, right? That too many symbols, but you are hurting yourself, right? If you put an arrow, this is the lowest risk, and we're going here. It even tell you before it happened what else you want from the software, and now you want to close the eyes and you don't want to know what is going on. So I, as a trader, then I will load it up because it's a low risk and it's going to go high. So why you want to suppress this idea? I don't get it. Because people, as I told you, just like my boss, he told me, I'm in business 40 years. You're telling me what to do? All right. You'll find out a few years later, he told me I'll put my partners out of business. Who was out of business? Him. because you don't listen. Now, this is the famous things in a Madagascar. The explorer. Treasure trove is in trading, is in this explorer. Depends upon who design and what explorer. So at least for Magic Trader, we got 39 of them. So these are the two most useful explorer I use every day for being bullish, because so everybody's bullish. Now we're going to be using the other one, bearish. So this is two in one, right? This is bearish and bullish, and this is for bearish itself, and this is bullish itself, the second one here. So from the top is third one, right? So those are the most useful to find the trade. So we scan security list out of that. So Magic Trader, right, we has a lot of ingredients, right? Major are five, and it is also true there are more than five ingredients in Magic Trader, but people are used to now. Everybody who's using it. So what I did the Explorer, right, on a fourth to do Scalp-Swing. So I had to recreate because some of the things were missing, but the results are same regardless. 2 years later, you scan it, it's the same thing. And where this came from, only 4 and 10. The rejection, look at this here. I use previous one, and when I put it in a 5 ingredients method, right, out of 900, only for this one was 4 left and 2. 2 are the common in both, right? And 2 had catalyst. I was looking for yellow bar because I like to trade with yellow bar or turquoise bar. So I scan for yellow bar, and you could see here all ingredients were matching. The key here is once you have now only 2 left, it doesn't take too long to explore 900 into 2 or 4 instead of 5,000, because you already eliminated so many things, right? So we don't need to spend hours here. I do believe that this took me only few seconds to get it on my computer. So long story short, all bullish fine ingredients, what you see, number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 are here. And we identify them and enlarge them over this side. So whatever you learn, you could still apply when you listen this video, hopefully. So now here we go. In the morning on a fourth, right, we scan it. So yellow bar was looking little tiny. This one at 9:30, right? So you could see as 103.8 was the price across open price, because open is the same, but position of candle. Now this is a 10-minute chart, if I'm not making mistake. But basically this is a daily chart, this is 60-minute, and I do believe it's a 20-minute chart. Yes, 20-minute. And then I have also done 10-minute. This is a 10-minute chart. So basically what I did here, I carry forward these 5 ingredients here and tag them here, so you could later on look at it yourself and practice it. So vertical line, then 2 horizontal. Oh, I didn't see horizontal line, but the dotted line is here, and they are at 4 and price vertical value 1 for blue line. That's the requirement, 4 and 1, and -4 and -1 for bearish side. So I didn't mention before the chart itself. So don't get intimidated. Eventually it will be having horizontal line. The values are good. That means it's under development. Just open up the market, right? So I screenshot, right? So this is a 10 minutes. So don't get bogged down. Oh, we need to have 10 minutes. But what I reveal, one of the secret, what I learned on a trading desk, right, isn't about 15 minutes, isn't about 10 minutes, it is about 20 minutes. But 20 minutes has a lot of inherited characteristics, which I don't want to get into, but in one of MetaStock webinar, I revealed that, right? And today we're going to apply that. So it's not like that I just talk. In the practical, there is an application. But for people who wants to do 10 minutes and less, sometimes people want 1 minute chart. It's S&P future, I understand, but you have to have some kind of establishment here. Otherwise, you're going to go crazy. watching computer 24/7. You can't do that. However, certain security, right? You got to pay attention to 1 minute on a, imagine full contract on a S&P 500. You're going to get whacked if you don't pay attention to smaller time frame. People do tick charts, which we used to do that too, but that's a S&P full contract. Now it's micro minutes, so probably you could get away with 10 minutes, 20 minutes too. So now I want to tell some of the comments I received privately that, Peter, we don't know where it's going. All right, we'll show you where it's going. So this horizontal line, we call it the magic zone lines. They tell you where it's going to go. So here is the one level, then we're going to go here, and eventually they hit it, and they are pre-forecasted. They are not Fibonacci. They move. They're dynamic. It moves with the market dynamics, right? They are adaptive. So whatever the you want to take, they are not static. Fibonacci's are static. That's what we went to different route, and we file for patent these magic zone levels, right? They have their own characteristics, but they forecast things way in advance. Look here, it went in here, right? It was already forecasting we're going to go here when we were here. So that's how it works. So let's talk about Scalp-Swing here. So what happened here, this is a 2-day trade, and I'm going to show you something, how people really cut their future short and don't convert into position trade. I'll show you the proof and how I get around with this situation, right? When it starts falling, Magic Trader helps you to save capital that way. Because so this is the end of the day. At the end of the day, it started going down, right? We could see here, and it started going down. And how we trade, this was the end of first day on a fourth. Open was 103.60 and close was 104.70, right? That was the first day action. Now we talk about 60-minute here. This is a 60-minute time frame, right? Look at the entry. So as soon as you started scanning, this is a key at 9:30 to 35. You have only few to scan it, right? And if you have a fast computer, it will not take more than 3 minutes. Not even 3 minutes. It takes me 2 or less minutes to do scan 900 securities, right? And now we got left with 2. So you just have to look at chart. And if you're looking for yellow bar, so you don't need to worry about daily. It has yellow bar. So what you're looking for is a B candle, right, or A candle in here on a smaller time frame, which is 60, which is really a gatekeeper. And what I do, right away, right, my eyes are on the left-hand side. What went on? Yeah, I gapped up here, but I also watching pre-market, right? So now pre-market or no market, doesn't matter, a day before yellow bar, and it's forecasting we're going to the moon. So now I don't need to wait to close this bar. As soon as it opens, I place an order, right? I have a B candle with the institutional conviction in there, which is represented here by B underneath, right? Or B1, big B1, right? And basically, I will be entering at the open. Then I'll be scalping here. And now I come across this symbol, I had bought. Oh, it's a pullback, but it is my magic line holding it back. It doesn't let it go. And at the end of the day, I got confirmation on a 60, right, that it is a candidate for swing trade because all the fights are over and it's positive. So let's manage smaller time frame, right? So this is the whole Scalp-Swing, but at the same time, I am watching smaller time frame, which is a 20 minutes here, right? The beauty about this 20 minutes here, all these fights I could identify very easily. You can see a black bar all over the place. So they keep trying to bring it down. They won't let it bring it down to my zone level even, right? That's more or less underneath the open price. So I know I could accumulate while I'm going in and out in a scalping, right? And that gave me a confidence to keep it overnight. I don't listen to all the noises on only I am looking for some clues of yellow bar and all these things. Otherwise, I become crazy trader, right? 20 minutes is enough distraction for me. I am looking at the bigger picture all the time. How it looks like, oh, turquoise bar is there, right? Everything is there. So I'm looking at bigger picture. So next day, what happened here? So this is the first day on a 20 minute. Next day, it kept open again. It's a continuation gap, right? I'm not teaching here technical, but continuation gaps are created by pre-market and aftermarket, uh, basically trading. And I wish I could scan them. This is my one of the requests to Manasa. Hopefully, they do it quicker so I could make more money. So basically, doesn't matter what circumstances are. It even though I was not looking at the pre-market, it is look at here. They're telling you we're going to go to the moon. So what are you waiting for? So this gap open isn't coming back. How? Confirmed because the magic zone lines is telling them we're not coming down. Right? So I keep adding, right? I do not listen to these noises, right? This is how we used to do in institutional days. Keep buying when nobody's looking at. Exit word from my head trader. Keep buying when nobody's looking at. Okay, nobody's looking at. Everybody's looking the other way around. Oh, we should short it. No, Peter is buying. Look at how many fights are happening. B-E-B-U-N-E. So that means B-E means bearish to neutral to bull, right? So bulls are winning the fights here, right? Very less fights on the top. So next day, again, yellow bar came in. Now they are having the same kind of babies, like bigger time frame. Holy cow. So similarity. That tells me it is going to go further, but how we could do in and take some money. All right. So Peter said this line here, right, is direction lines. I got to get out. So I saw this spike here, right? So I early on this pullback sign, right? And the next side, it will be more detailed. I want you to get used to, right? So the pullback sign here, because it did not came inside these magic lines in between. This is the risk reversion area, right? So I decided to go out earlier than this direction line because I'm relying upon my exit based on that, right? So I pinpoint the entry and exit based on 20 minutes, but bigger picture, I enter here because I felt comfortable with this B candle and I saw the similarity here. That's how I see it because there are institution desks buying the security. So let's see clear picture without all these mumbo jumbo magic zone lines, right? So it's the same thing, same setup. Look, this was the entry base. And even if you don't look at 20 minutes, doesn't matter. You got to believe this software. I buy it, right? Then I saw this is coming, right? And magic lines are going to the moon. Look at this here. There's some people will stay slope. Look at the angle. It's like 45 degrees. So where are we going? To the moon. And they're telling you we're going to go to the moon. It's going horizontal. It's a consolidation. They're gearing up for the next move, right? And I saw here last piece of puzzle, right? And I will add quarter to four or so at the end. Now with this after market, there is a buying going on. I add more, right? So this becomes five o'clock candle on a icon platform, right? So basically, next day it gapped open here and gapped open higher here, and some techies or gurus will tell, oh, continuation gap, and I respect all these things. There's no respect. It is a continuation gap, right? We gapped here, right? Right here, we gapped right here, and we gapped here. That's a good thing, right? And here there are a lot of troubles here, so Peter's bailout, right? However, this was a good bailout because I could re-enter because I know this baby is not stopping here. How I know? Let's go to the previous slide. the magic trader projected we're going to go here. So we have trouble here, but we're still standing here. And it broke it to retest the blue line. That's what it is, or other magic zone line. Until this mess is not cleaned up, I'm not going there. So I could use this capital. Listen to me very carefully, how I risk manage and how I utilize same money, right? I will watch this stock, but I will find this similar situation on another, and I stagger these multiple positions, right? So this way, I have a mangoes coming from this tree, coming from this tree, and in a short time, I have my capital used wisely, and I mushroom, right? Because now I am taking this profit, defend myself on the other one, so I have less risk buying the other security, right? And I can find a better entry and I don't have heart attacks. Oh, I was making money. So it's not micromanager, it's a smart management. We were there for 2 days. You want to get paid, otherwise, you can't pay the bills if you don't take advantage. And you want to have market money to put on another security. These are the things I learned over the period of time. Smart way of trading, not theoretical. All right, 50% off, or by what you call, take out 50 lots and a 50% lot. And it has to be thoughtfully done in a way you feel comfortable. That doesn't mean these people are all wrong. This is the way they trade it, but I want to take market money and take the risk on the other security with the profit I made it. There's nothing wrong with that. That's smart trading. So let's go back here. So what we did it, we had a gap open. Some people brag, oh, it's a gap open, but it has this color candle. Isn't coming back. 99% it does happen. Sometimes it doesn't happen. There is no guarantee in trading. Then you take your profit and run, right? But in the mess it created, I find yellow bar, right? So this is a consolidation, but it can sense you where we're going. So you got to wait for last moment, right? And add more. If you don't feel comfortable, you made money, get out and pay higher price here. So basically it is your choice. So what happens here? This was a scalp and the counterpart was swing. So we did a scalp swing. Then now we want to take advantage of the downward movement because we know they're going to go near to the blue line. So you could scalp for the bearish side. There's nothing wrong with that. We know the security, right? So if you know how to short it, right? And it's very easy, same 5 ingredient. Look here. We had vertical line, then spike, then this pure health and ribbon. What do you want? Look, the results are, and it is even telling you it's going to go down. It has an opposite to the blue circle here. It's the red circle, right? It has a -3 on top, -4, so on and so forth on a scale of 1 to 6. So you short the hell out of this security. You made money, so what are you waiting for? So that's how I trade, and that's how you could also trade with a Scalp-Swing. There is no time loss here. You utilize smart way all your time, plus you create money from the market to defend yourself. Suppose this comes around and good news came in, FOMC changed his mind, we could get whacked, or we need some money, right? So if we break this level, I'm out, but you will be still holding. Some of the traders do that, and it will snap, right? So we lost about $10 out of the trade, right, per stock or whatever, right? You need to defend. So where the money came from portion, right here. So I feel good about it, that I have market paid for my mistakes. So let me show you how this thing looked on daily chart. Look at here. That's the same yellow bar. And this was, now the idea about Scalp-Swing, most people on a swing trading, right, they will be holding the back. Holy shit, I was all the way on the top of 108 and it came down. So let me get out because this is one of the candle look like a spinning top or whatever the top. That means, Peter will be careless because he knows how to micromanage. My losses, I got out long time ago before even it came to that point at 4 o'clock. It went down all the way down. However, Magic Trader was telling that this is a fake news. This is institution play. A candle with this color is the institution playing games with you, chase you out, so they could go to the moon. And they did. Look at that. Who went there? So basically, even though we got out, I did not show you. Let me go back and show you, right? This was $4 move, being smart, and we not holding the bag. We taking the money came out of the stock because we made money between here and there and utilizing to buy another yellow bar setup in next day. Meanwhile, we watching what happened. Institution did not give a budge. We are about to magic line. And look what is happening here. Pure health is good. So we should not be chickening out. And here two lines are still parallel. So we don't need to chicken out. But smart way, we took our profit out and ready to go either at the end of the day, we're getting back again, depending upon which smaller time frame you're looking, and do scalping again. And keep some of them, and we got next day and keep repeating. Here we went down, but this is institution color. They're taking profit after a few days. How many days? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 5 days. So they're chasing everybody out. We used to play this game, chase everybody out, start selling on a sell side, so they will get scared out, so we could buy security from them. But the goal is to go to the moon. Did we? We did. This is how they chase you out, right? So this forecasting feature is very, very crucial in doing any kind of trading. And this is one of the reason I'm not too happy taking out those symbols, which is really part of this success story. So now look at here, I drew the line here. This is about 108 and some change, and this is 103 where we went on. So look at here. The exit price was 108.17, and here is 103, 103.6. That's about $4, maybe $4 and some change. So we don't need to be like penny wise here. So say $4, right? $4 in 2 days with a confidence. And this method is proving itself for a long time. And this is not theory. There are eyewitnesses here. This is how I trade. And that's why I tell them I don't have too much drawdown. It's unheard of, unheard. Where is the drawdown here when you enter here, the open here? I don't see any drawdown unless you screw it up in your entry. So there is no guarantee, but this is the techniques I use to stay out of the drawdown business and keep myself safe from the creditors there, or predators of Wall Street sharks. They will eat me alive. So here the forecaster plays a big role. I wrote it down. These are the couple of symbols. They play a major role because these are institutional play. And you've got to stay with the institution. And I do believe this is the simplest way I could explain. So what we're going to do, we're going to attend some of Q&A. I'll hand over to Jeff Gibby, right? And we're going to answer questions people have it. Then if we have time, we could look at the live chart. But be careful out there. The hitting very bad to what you call futures market. So be careful out there. And if we have a time, we will look at a TTE. Let me see if I could bring, because I turn off Metastar. But meanwhile, you are talking to Jeff Gibby, I will turn on Metastar. It's going to take a little bit time. So Jeff, are you there?
Yeah, and we don't have a lot of questions. A couple of feedbacks from the audience. Shamori says, this software is amazing. I've seen this many times, and the software is on a different level. So Dakari says the 5 ingredients work amazing. He simply loves it. So we did get a lot of feedback and a lot of comments and a lot of questions, but if you guys have questions for Peter, go ahead and let him know. Or let us know, and I'll pass them on to Peter for you.
Yeah, meanwhile, if you want to take the screen, so I could relieve Metastack is right here. So I'll come back, and I'll put it on the software here to show them some charts if they want to look at a couple of securities.
Yeah, okay, sure. So what would you like me to do, Peter?
No, you want to talk about how they could get magic?
Oh, you want me to show how people can get it? Okay,
Yeah.
I can do that.
I'm set, but whenever you're ready, let me know. We'll take the screen back and show them charts they want to. So meanwhile, go ahead and talk to them about your stuff.
Okay, sure. Let me just kind of talk a little bit about what's included in the package. And Peter has done a really good job of kind of walking through and talking about it. But I kind of want to talk a little bit about kind of the Magic Trader package. And I think it really comes down to the catalyst that you see on the screen, as well as the ingredients that kind of Peter talked about. And you combine those and you really get a good idea of what's going to happen or what's going to go on in the market. And you can see that kind of all spelled out here on the chart. The Magic Trader is fully integrated into the Metastock program. As you can see here on the chart, it'll identify those catalysts and all of the ingredients that Peter talked about. But one of the things I love is actually the expert advisor and the way that the commentary works. Over here, you can see how it kind of outlines whether or not things are bullish or if they're bearish, what the direction lines are, and really everything that is going on with it. So you can kind of see exactly what's happening on a chart. It's all laid out for you. And it really makes it easier to understand and easier to quantify what's going on. Another thing Peter talked about that he loves a lot in the Magic Trader program is the scanning functionality. And I have to agree, I absolutely love scanning. I run scans every single day. Well, not every day, but every day I trade, I'm running a scan. If I'm looking for an opportunity, I'm running a scan. So with Magic Trader, you get a number of different scans that are in there, a huge number. And really what I love about scanning the most is it's the ability to kind of ignore all the noise in the market, what we want to be able to do. You know, there's 4,500 optionable stocks in the US right now. And as an option trader, I have no desire at all whatsoever to look at 4,500 different stocks every day. Just, I don't care. What I want to be able to do and what the scanner does and what the scanners with Magic Trader allows you to do is they allow you to kind of focus on what those stocks that actually have an opportunity. And it's one of the best parts of Metastock, one of the most useful available. I just love it. I love the scanner. So in total, the Magic Trader Elite is going to include 58 indicators, 47 explorations, 2 expert advisors, 35 templates, the 127-page manual, about 102 different symbols on the chart, the highlights, as well as all of those detailed commentaries I was showing you earlier, the ability to kind of see what's happening, to kind of have a view of what's happening and have that kind of explained to you on a chart. So all of that's included. The retail price on Magic Trader is $199. And one of the other things that we're kind of talking about right now, one of the things that Peter's been doing a really good job of is he runs a consulting educational alert room. And with that, basically, you get together, they talk about trading. You can see what the alert room topics are. They talk about Scalp-Swing, cryptos, how to set up alerts on a chart. They talk about vertical calls. They've done options, all kinds of different stuff that they talk about. One of the things that surprises me about this particular room and the people that subscribe to the room is how loyal people are to it. Because what you get here is that the retail price on the educational alert room is $299 per month. And with that, everybody that tries out the room generally keeps it. They generally like it. The feedback that we get is absolutely incredible. And the retention on it is amazing. So I want you to try it out. You know, $299 per month is what you'll pay for that. If you like it, it's going to be very worthwhile for you, or it could be very worthwhile for you. And we're going to do a little bit of a special with that. And also with the what we are calling the Scalp-Swing recorded trading. Sorry about the enunciation there. Sometimes I struggle. But with the Scalp-Swing, actually Peter sat down, I believe it was Sunday, and he went through actually a very exhaustive training on his Scalp-Swing and the Scalp-Swing method. And I had the ability to watch a lot of it. He was talking about things like how good ways to look at, let's say, meme stocks and like your GameStops and those types of things. He was covering stuff like that. He was even talking about like the normal business cycle. It's a very, very intense training. And we've got about half of it done, or actually we've got the first part of it done. We're going to sit down and our plan right now is to record the last half, not this Friday, but the following Friday. So this training is available. It's available, like if you sign up for it, you can get access to the first 4 sections. The normal retail cost on that is going to be $999. And you can see kind of the condensed list of topics. I don't need to read this out for you. You can read, I'm assuming. Here's a little bit of a more detailed kind of thing. I was very, very, always very impressed with the thoroughness with which Peter goes into this thing. So again, the first half of these are recorded. They're available. If you sign up for the package that we're going to offer you today, you're going to be able to get the first half of them, the first 4 sections, on my downloads immediately. The rest of them we're going to be recording live. Those are going to be happening a week from this Friday. And then we'll also, once we're done with that, the following week, we'll have those available on the My Downloads section. The normal retail price for the recorded training is $999. If you sign up for all of it together, so what we're going to do here is if you already have Magic Trader, you can sign up for the first package that we have here. It'll allow you to get that Scalp-Swing recorded training for $399 as a one-time cost. It'll also allow you to sign up for that alert room. So this is if you have Magic Trader, this is the option that you'd want to go with. Basically, the price for that would be $698. So $399 for all of those training sessions, $299 for the alert room for 3 months. Basically, you buy 1 month, you get the second and third month for free. And I love that because with the alert room, what we've said is that, like I said, the retention has been incredible. So at $300 for 3 months, that's basically about $100 per month. So, and that gives you full access to it for 3 months. If it's something that's helpful for you, if it's something that you like, you're going to keep it. And the retention has been amazing with that particular product. So if you don't have Magic Trader yet, you can also add Magic Trader to that package. The price for everything for 3 months for your first quarter would in that case be $847. So basically you're paying an extra $149 to get access to the Magic Trader software. So if you want to take advantage of that, you can give us a call. The phone number is 800-882-3040. You can visit us online if you have questions. If you're international and maybe can't call an 800 number, chat online with us. We've got a couple reps that are available. They can take your questions. They can take your calls. Metastock.com/saleschat. So there you go. I'd encourage you to try it. Again, since it's a subscription, if you don't like it, if it doesn't work for you, you can cancel. But on the other side, people really, really like it. The retention has been amazing with it. So we did have a couple, we don't have a lot of questions here, but we did have another comment from Eugenia Peter. And she says, I don't have any questions, but I love the software and the additional trainings are always good refreshers. So not a lot of questions coming in, just a lot of really good feedback from the people that have been part of your room for so long.
All right, Jeff, how we could do project? You have to give me a project, sir.
You wanted to show a couple charts.
Yeah, sure. And I want them to tell me which chart, but we're not scanning, but I will show you TTE. Even in this market, we found this thing from the same scanner. We show you the flow diagram, right? And look at this. Even in this market, this damn thing keep on going for days after days. So can you see my chart?
Yeah, we can see your chart.
All right, let me start here. Look at here, the magic line cross here, right? Going vertically up, right? And same thing happening. This is what we're finding from the scanner, right? Look at here. It went straight up, right? And look at the daily. It is very initial move up. All this time market getting beat up. Look what is happening with this security. You find one stock every week, buy the options, right? Even the software tells you here, buy calls here. What are you waiting for? And here, look, this is what I was talking about forecasting, right? And ingredients, look, 5 ingredients match here. Perfect match. This is called perfect match. 2 lines parallel. Direction line exactly matching the not scattered brain and exactly matching here. And everything takes place right here. And on top of that, we don't have yellow bar, but we have a black candle. All parties are over. Selling is done, completely done. This is, Jeff, I was telling you, biggest discovery of my life. I was struggling for years how I could find that point. And look, exactly neutralize in a ribbon also. And this is like the best out of the best you could find on a trading. Once they match, look, all these sellers are out, completely out. This selling is profit taking, but that's not called short selling. Look at this, they're depending. So you got the entry here, and it is telling you we're going to the moon. It says here earlier high. This is what I negotiated with CFTC, this language. So initially I had it, it is going to go higher. They took it out. Right? They said, no, we can't do that. It's like guarantee. All right, so compromise. I said, what do you want, ma'am? From New York office. They said, all right, put earlier highs. So that's where we compromise. So this is all symbols were all documented with them. So the point I want to make is, you missed the boat here is fine. Go in here. Many people sell themselves too short. Oh, it's too much. No, it's not too much. Go to the smaller time frame and see how to enter in, and then you manage the trade. And that's about it. There's nothing more to manage here. How much technical analysis, Jeff? I just did it. Did I draw trend lines? Did I do higher highs or lower lows or whatever? Or did I put ascending triangle or what are the Ichimoku or whatever the I don't even know all this stuff anymore. I just look at the symbols and I'm done with it. So here, how long it takes to glance it. Sorry, Jeff, I'm going to say something to you. I didn't mean to, but it was already because we're using this template. I want to show you something which you did not. I do believe that you may have an eyewitness, but Kelly did not. Look here. This is where market makers comes in. And now here is the institution where the whole thing is a gamma. Look here. Gamma here, 3 places. That is pulling the security up. And minute they come in, look, next day, gapped up. This is what I was not going to talk about in this particular setup. It was there. I didn't mean to, because now we're using it as a standard in our alert room. And I could practically scan them. That's also, I have that advantage now, which given to the people who are taking this swing trading, because I'm going to teach that, right? So basically, look at the power. It's not one time people, here there are some people from room, let them put the comment, if they are there, that how that works and how Dakari can do it because he's been there for a long time. He could give the feedback. How is that? Suppose I take out that gamma squeeze. How would you feel about it? Somebody, I take out that one. How would you feel about it? They should give the comment. Either way, it doesn't matter. So, Jeff, do you realize now what I was talking? This came by accident. It was not planned. And I'm not taking out because I attach my charts, all the layout with that layout actually. So it is automatically opening.
Okay.
If they do comment, let me know.
Okay, I will.
All right. So anybody has any chart they want to see? This is the scanner we just saw. Let's see what this did it, right? We look at the LNG. Let's see the other one. what happened there on 1/4. So this is 1/4. I remember this thing. Look, this is 110. Where is 1/4? It came in here, yellow bar. Look, I'll enlarge it. Did it went up or swing? Yes or no? That's what it matters. So this is came in a scan, and look where it went. So from $11, it went to about $12.80. It's not bad for small stock. You heard.
Was my mic on? Okay. So Shimori did say that she loves she'd hate to lose the gamma swing. Dakari says it makes his decisions shortens his decisions by a vast amount of time and makes things considerably easier. And Udina says it's so important to have every symbol. So there you go. Those are the comments that you got. And again, that's the kind of feedback that we are used to. Like the people that go to the room absolutely love Peter's room. So
you know what is happening? All institutional stuff are developed. They get to use it. So that's why they love it. Because you need an edge compared to all the competition, right? So yeah, but this is what it came in a scan, and look what happened. Fine ingredients. So anybody has requests for any stock they want to look at?
nope, we do not have any symbol requests.
Your favorite stocks, how about that?
I'm a big fan of XOM right now.
XOM energy. Let's see when you enter when Magic Trader was showing. This will be pretty good. Aha! Look at here. When fine ingredients came in right here, look, exact match. So entry could be here or this yellow bar. So I will take, because I know Magic Trader pretty well. Right here is my entry because it was telling me we're going to the moon. Right here. This is the date, 12/27, it gives the entry. Safest entry you could get in. And the next entry was right here and right here. Look at the yellow bar. It's 103. Look, parallel and institutions, gamma squeeze started right there. I'll draw the line. Every damn thing matching. It is by accident, I don't know, but we're matching the similar kind of good risk. That's what it is. It is a risk based, it has nothing to do with the price. Jeff, how much technical analysis I just did it?
Let's see. Well, you looked at the ingredients. You looked to see if the gold, you looked to see if there was a catalyst. You looked to see if the ingredients matched up, and you looked to see if there's a gamma squeeze.
Done. I'm done. All technical analysis done. I looked at here, it's going to go to the moon, the forecaster in my side, and neutralization. I'm done. So that's the last selling on the security. Look, it gapped up a little bit. And this is how it was designed from day one. So there's nothing like a big project making here. Because I'm looking at what is good for the security, the forecasting and neutralization. I want all the sellers to be out. And winning is the bull here. Look, it's so damn easy to figure all out. And your eyes are trained that way. What are you looking for, right? It's like dating with the market stocks. You know which girl you're looking for, right? Same thing. I'm looking for this girl right here. So I need to have, and some people are conservative, they will wait for yellow bar. Okay, you wait for yellow bar. Well, going in there, this is my accumulation phase. So if I was doing scalping, I will scalp here. Because institution prejudice tell me, and what was thing Yellow bar was there. The bull was telling a long time ago, we're going to the moon, buy the damn calls. That's what it's telling us. You buy it or not, it's different story. Then the bull comes in here and tells, buy the calls. So if you are an option trader, you know what that means, right? It's not heavy duty technical analysis we doing in a room either, right? You know, I don't know even what head and shoulders and whatever. I don't need to know anything about it. I did for all my life. They're good, but that takes my time away. That's what the whole problem I have it. I don't have time for all these things. Worry about. Here is the green ribbon, right? Pure health is good. 2 lines are parallel. Kindergarten, we don't need kindergarten, but at least high school student can recognize it. And look at the gamma. You don't need hundreds of stocks. And you could sleep well. And once this damn thing going, is going to go, it's going. So, Jeff, you know, now 3 crows is my favorite one. 3 crows, 3 times is telling me going to the moon. It is going to go there. Then the Turkish bar came in on top of that institution presence. They are both institution. And look what happened. So this is the normal profit taking and then the advancing. So this is pretty cool. Look at the health, pretty good. So these are the entries for me. This deviation. But the health, look at the top one, steady. Look at my horizontal ribbon, steady. This is the gap I was talking about. People take profits, I buy it. These are my favorite to add more. As long as I see some kind of thing here, you know. So I need to be sure whether, even though it's a negative candle, I don't care. I buy more because it is good thing I could buy cheaper. The magic line, look at this magic line going to the moon. So who I care? As long as the magic line stay and it doesn't close below it. And this is the risk, main risk reversion area. It is built in between 2 magic line gap. So security, I prefer sometimes the tail comes in here so I could buy cheaper. That's the idea.
Okay. Yeah, I think people kind of get the idea. The Magic Trader just makes it so simple to kind of analyze with the catalysts and the ingredients, all of that kind of stuff. Really appreciate kind of like the feedback, Peter, the presentation today. I think you've done a great job.
Thank you very much. You did too.
I'd like to put up the contact details again so people can take advantage of this.
Yeah, go ahead.
Let me do that. So again, you can get that the alert room, the recorded training, and Magic Trader if you need it. All of that will cost you about $847. It's 1-800-882-3040 to give us a call. Metastock.com/sales chat. I'd encourage you to give it a try. Take a look at it. There's a reason people. The retention on this thing is amazing. Give it a try. See if it's something that works well for you. I think that's all that I've got, Peter.
Yeah,
thank you so much for coming today.
Tell these people who doesn't have Magic Trader or Metastock what they're doing.
So if you don't have Metastock, there are a couple of different options for that. You'd pay the $847. With that, I'll give you a free trial to our Metastock program that's been rated #1 in this price category for 28 years in a row now. We'll give you access to that for a month for free, or you can do a buy one, get 2 free on that, so you can have everything you need for 3 months. And that the pricing on that starts at $69, but if you want it real time, it's going to be about $250. We can kind of walk you through the different options if you don't have Metastock yet. Give us a call, 800-882-3040, and we can help you with it. All right?
All right, Jeff. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, everybody, for coming in today.
Thank you, Pat.
Really appreciate it.
Peter. We really appreciate it.
Well,
And for everybody that came, thank you. I hope you learned something. I hope it was helpful for you. I hope you stay safe. And stay healthy. We'll see you at the next one. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you very much. Bye-bye.